Have you ever felt that no matter how many medicines you take, no matter how many doctors you visit, something inside you still feels unsettled, as if the real healing has not yet begun? You try to fix your body, but deep within, there is a quiet discomfort that refuses to go away. Maybe it shows up as constant tiredness, stress, anxiety, or a heaviness in your heart that you cannot fully explain. You go through your daily routine, trying to stay strong, trying to stay positive, yet something feels missing, something feels disconnected. Now pause for a moment and ask yourself, what if the problem is not only physical? What if your body is simply expressing what your mind and soul have been carrying for a long time? And what if the solution is not just in doing more, but in becoming still, in choosing a different beginning to your day? There is a sacred time when the world is silent, when distractions are asleep, and when your inner self can finally be heard. What if waking up at 4 a.m., before the noise of life begins, could gently open a door to that deeper healing, not as a miracle cure overnight, but as a quiet, powerful shift within you? And what if, by giving yourself just 21 days of this peaceful discipline, you begin to notice something changing, your thoughts becoming calmer, your breath becoming deeper, your body responding with subtle ease? The question is not whether this will change your life. The real question is, are you willing to give yourself that chance? Many people today are not just physically unwell. They are carrying a silent emotional weight that slowly drains their energy. You may wake up feeling tired even after a full night's sleep, as if your body rested but your mind never did. There is a constant rush, a pressure to keep going, to meet expectations, to handle responsibilities. And in this process, you quietly ignore what you truly feel inside. Stress becomes normal, anxiety becomes familiar, and over time, your inner imbalance begins to show itself through the body. A headache here, fatigue there, maybe something more serious that seems to appear without a clear reason. But if you look deeper, these are not just random problems, they are signals. Signals that something within you is asking for attention. Often, we suppress emotions like fear, anger, guilt, or sadness because we feel we must stay strong. But what we suppress does not disappear. It settles deep within us and begins to affect our overall well-being. The real conflict is not outside in the world. It is within, between what you feel and what you allow yourself to feel. You may appear fine to others, but inside, there is a quiet struggle, a longing for peace, for rest, for clarity. And until this inner conflict is acknowledged, true healing cannot begin. Your body is not working against you. It is trying to communicate with you in the only way it can. The question is, are you listening? There is a deeper reason why this early morning practice can begin to change your inner state so powerfully. In the quiet hours around 4 a.m., the world has not yet awakened into its usual noise, and your mind is naturally more open, more receptive. During this time, your thoughts are not crowded by responsibilities, worries, or external influences. It is as if your consciousness is resting in a pure space where clarity can arise without effort. Spiritually, this is considered a sacred window, when your awareness is closest to your true self. When you wake up and sit in stillness during these hours, you are not just starting your day early, you are entering a different quality of experience. Your breath becomes slower, your heart rate steadies, and your nervous system begins to relax deeply. Psychologically, this creates a powerful shift. Instead of reacting to stress throughout the day, you begin from a place of calmness. And that calmness starts to influence every thought, every decision, every response. Over time, this gentle practice begins to reprogram your inner patterns. Negative thoughts lose their intensity, emotional reactions soften, and a sense of balance starts to grow within you. It is not something dramatic or forceful. It is subtle, almost invisible at first. But just like the sunrise slowly removes the darkness, this quiet discipline begins to bring light into the deeper layers of your mind and body. And as this inner environment changes, healing naturally finds its way in. Sometimes, what we experience in the body is not just the result of recent habits or external conditions, but the reflection of much deeper patterns that have been carried within us for a long time. In spiritual understanding, this is often described as karma, not as a punishment, but as a memory of past actions, emotions, and experiences that continue to influence our present life. You may notice certain patterns repeating again and again, the same fears, the same reactions, the same emotional pain appearing in different situations. These patterns quietly shape your thoughts, your choices, and even your physical health. When emotions like anger, grief, guilt, or fear are not fully understood or released, they do not simply disappear. They remain stored within the subtle layers of your mind and body, creating an inner tension that slowly affects your well-being. Over time, this unresolved energy can manifest as discomfort, imbalance, or illness. But here is the deeper truth: these patterns are not permanent. They can be observed, understood, and gradually dissolved. When you begin waking up early and sitting in silence, you create a space where these hidden impressions can gently rise into your awareness. You may start noticing your thoughts more clearly, recognizing emotional triggers, and understanding yourself without judgment. This awareness is powerful because it breaks the cycle of unconscious repetition. Instead of reacting automatically, you begin to respond with clarity and calmness. In this way, early morning stillness becomes more than a habit. It becomes a doorway to transformation. You are no longer controlled by past patterns. You are slowly freeing yourself from them, one peaceful morning at a time. As you begin this gentle practice of waking up at 4 a.m., the changes may not feel dramatic at first, but they will be deeply noticeable in subtle ways. You may find that your mornings no longer feel heavy or rushed, but steady, as if you have created a small space of peace before the world begins to demand your attention. Slowly, your mind starts to feel lighter. Thoughts that once felt overwhelming begin to lose their intensity, and you may notice that you are reacting less and observing more. In real-life situations, this shift becomes very clear. For example, a situation that once triggered anger may now bring a moment of pause, allowing you to respond with calmness instead of frustration. A person who used to feel anxious about the future may begin to experience a quiet sense of trust and acceptance. You might also notice changes in your body. Your sleep becomes deeper, your breathing more relaxed, and your overall energy more balanced throughout the day. Some people even report that long-standing discomforts begin to ease not as an instant cure, but as a natural response to inner harmony. There may also be moments when old emotions surface unexpectedly, memories, sadness, or restlessness. But this is not a setback. It is a sign that something within you is ready to be released. In those moments, instead of resisting, you simply observe with patience and kindness. These are the real signs of transformation, not something you show to the world, but something you quietly feel within yourself. And as these small shifts continue to grow, you begin to realize that healing is not something you chase. It is something that gently unfolds when you create the right inner space. If you feel ready to begin this journey, approach it with gentleness rather than pressure, as if you are offering yourself a gift, not setting a strict rule. Start by choosing a simple intention: to wake up at 4 a.m. for the next 21 days, not to force change, but to create space for it. When you wake up, resist the urge to rush or immediately reach for your phone. Instead, sit quietly, even if your mind feels restless at first. Close your eyes, take slow and deep breaths, and allow your body to relax into the stillness of the moment. You do not need to control your thoughts or make anything happen. Just observe whatever arises with patience and without judgment. Some days may feel peaceful, while others may feel uncomfortable or distracted. And that is completely natural. What matters is consistency, not perfection. You can spend a few minutes in gratitude, gently acknowledging the life you have, or simply focus on your breath as it flows in and out. If thoughts or emotions come up, do not push them away. Let them pass like clouds in the sky. Throughout your day, try to carry a small part of that morning calmness with you, reminding yourself to pause, breathe, and respond rather than react. This practice is not about doing something extraordinary. It is about returning to something very simple and natural within you. Over time, this small daily commitment begins to reshape your inner world. And as your inner world becomes more balanced and peaceful, your outer experiences, including your health, start to reflect that harmony in a quiet and steady way. In the end, the true transformation that comes from this practice is not just about waking up early or even about the body healing. It is about a deeper awakening within you. As you continue to sit in that early morning stillness, day after day, you begin to notice a quiet shift in your awareness. You start to realize that you are not just your thoughts, not just your emotions, and not even just your physical condition. There is a deeper presence within you that remains calm, steady, and untouched, no matter what you are going through. This realization brings a sense of freedom, because you are no longer completely identified with pain or struggle. Instead, you begin to witness it with a gentle understanding. Slowly, fear starts to lose its hold, and a natural peace begins to arise from within. You may find yourself becoming more patient, more compassionate, not only towards others but also towards yourself. Life may still bring challenges, but your way of experiencing them begins to change. You are no longer reacting from habit. You are responding from awareness. And in this awareness, there is a quiet strength, a sense of trust that everything is unfolding as it should. This is the deeper spiritual lesson, that healing is not just about removing discomfort, but about discovering the part of you that was never broken. As this understanding grows, you begin to live with more clarity, more presence, and a gentle connection to something higher within you. And in that connection, you realize that what you were searching for outside has always been quietly waiting within. As we come to the end of this journey, take a gentle moment to reflect on what you have just heard, not as information, but as an invitation. An invitation to slow down, to listen, and to give yourself a chance to experience life in a more peaceful and conscious way. Healing does not always come from doing more. Sometimes it begins when you pause, when you create a small space of silence in your day and allow your inner self to breathe. Perhaps waking up at 4 a.m. for 21 days is not just about changing a routine, but about reconnecting with a deeper part of yourself that has been waiting patiently. You do not have to force anything. You do not have to become perfect. Just take one step with sincerity and let the rest unfold naturally. If this message touched your heart even a little, take it as a sign that something within you is ready to awaken. I would truly love to hear your thoughts. What did you feel while listening to this? And have you ever experienced the power of early morning silence? Share your reflections in the comments, because your experience may inspire someone else on their path. And if there is any specific topic or spiritual question you would like to explore next, gently let me know what kind of video you would love to see in the future. If you feel this message can help someone, consider sharing it with them and stay connected for more calm and meaningful insights on this journey within. May your days be peaceful, your mind be clear, and your heart be light. Jai Gurudev.